Hello, everybody. My name is Mishemi, and welcome back to another episode of Journeys to Red Island. Today is the day Barsboldia gets their shine. Well, time to shine. I'm using a purchase skin that I bought to, support the community, support the developers. I'm throwing that out there just because I really love this game. And I like to think every time I pay for a skin pack, I'm supporting them. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I am. I don't know. My brain not working today. But this is the elegant skin, one that is purchased. Now, if you purchase it, might as well use it. Anyway, abilities. Head slide. This it's good to have. Good ability if you're crossing, if someone tries to attack you. Senses. Increased armor and maneuverability. Well, not the maneuverability will be useful in this, I think. I'm not sure. One of the most important things to look out when setting up to live on Red Island, if you're going to live there, Forager is a need for herbivores. That allows you to eat roots and nuts and flowers. It's extra food sources for one, but roots specifically will regenerate water for you. So that is a good, important thing to have. Hide ability. It's not going to be needed for this test, but it's good to have. Reduces stamina drain. Running. This is going to be useful for the crossing. It's one of the good things to have. Tail. Slam. It's good to have. And then rallying call, defense, all increased. So, from what you can see on the board, this is all you're really going to need when it comes to crossing. Of course, you're going to want to have the abilities to defend yourself. It's just common practice to have them. I don't usually do that and spin the marks to get them just so I can use them. More than likely going to have that attack. Yeah. That's more or less what you're going to have there set up. You also usually have the call attack, but it's not going to be useful in this situation. Tell my skin's pretty much fully shed. I really like this blue on top of this boy. Usually I would name my Barsboldia Wagyu. Yeah, y'all, you know. Some of the best meat out there. Amazing marbling on a Wagyu steak. Anyway, also I just love the patterning. It's beautiful. Without further ado, things you gotta pay attention to when crossing to get to Red Island. The creature's speed is one of the most important things. How fast they can move through the water. Next up is your stamina pool drain. How much stamina you got. Third, your oxygen pool drain. And last but not least, your health drain. Will all determine if you can make it to Red Island. Now, I don't know if Barsboldia can. Well, that's why we're here, to test that out. Now, usually I would choose a stamina drain, but I already had a pre-selected Barsboldia, and I don't really want to spend the marks on buying the stamina recovery one. So usually, we're just going to use the heal to get our stamina back sooner, or one of the main tests is to also show how much stamina you regain, how quickly it is for base game with dinosaurs. But that will be done at the first swim. Now, as we can already see, it's not the best speed, and the stamina drain is pretty quick. But it is a big stamina pool at the same time. Very buoyant creature. Now, I'm not against the buoyancy on the Barsboldia, but I do feel like it should be a little deeper in the water when swimming. But from what we can see, it has a huge stamina pool, allowing it to make it here. Even though it's not the fastest creature when swimming, it's got a lot of stamina. And at the end of the day, the biggest question is, can Barsboldia make it to Red Island? I don't know. It's quite the journey for this big creature. Also, just going to show the stamina replenishing, just so you know. And you can also see how fast the food and water drain is to know if you'd be able to survive at less percentages of water and food to cross or not. And the food and water drain isn't crazy, so it's pretty decent for Barsboldia. Anyway, now y'all got to see the stamina regeneration. Let's continue pathing. Now, there's a chance I might actually have to turn into a crow and fly back to right here, and we'd have to start making our journey from another point. Because last time, I believe for the Amarg, they almost got stuck trying to get to our usual island hop. So that's going to be shocking, really. Alright, let's get to this. Freaking Barsboldia with that hump, all I can think about is a sail. So they're just sailing across a sailboat. Now, the amount of stamina might be their saving grace to getting them over that little lip. So we might not actually have to worry about the bars being able to or not being able to make it over the lip, but it will also be a good chance to test if they can or can't. So base game, yeah, Barsboldia is fine. They made it with some stamina to spare. Alright, we're going to go to our usual resting spot that I started doing after, I believe, Rex. Now I want to discuss some more things. Alright. My brain is kind of like trying to wrap around what exactly I wanted to say. I kind of forgot. I'm not... Sorry, I kind of had to make this a double clip of a video because my brain was just brain farting at that moment, y'all. Anyway, so one of the first points you gotta remember whenever you're trying to make it to Red Island is you're gonna start from right here. And then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna start heading towards what I call the Tooth of Red Island. It is the most recognizable spot, and also probably one of the easiest spots to get to when crossing. And at this point I have to ask you, do you think Barsboldia can make it to Red Island? Or do you think they can't? It's a very good question. Anyway, let's just get straight to it. Get to the swim. Remember to watch the stamina, and when the stamina goes down, watch the oxygen, and from there is the health. Now let's continue this swim. Alrighty, making our way over. Alright, and at this point I would like to ask y'all to leave a like, dislike, comment down below, subscribe if you want to watch more content like this and be up to date when videos come out. My brain is just not with me today. I have a lot of stressing things on the mind, but I'm powering through it by playing one of my favorite games and giving y'all some information to, you know, learn if you can make it to Red Island as specific creatures. As you see from the arrow on the mini-map to where I'm heading is the Tooth of Red Island. And also to remember, when you're making this journey, creatures aren't going to be your friend. And at this point, watch the oxygen. How fast it depletes is going to allow you to know if you can make it to Red Island or not. But back to what I was saying, there are going to be players out there that are not going to want to let you get to Red Island. If you're on a public server, semi-realism has rules. Realism has really important rules where you're not going to be able to be the creature you want to be on this island. So if you say on realism places, Barsboldia does not live on coastal or arid climates, you're not going to see them on Red Island. In most cases, Barsboldia can live anywhere, I believe. From the PT, if I'm remembering correctly, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but they can literally live anywhere, and I would love to see the day when there's just a herd of Barsboldia swimming over to Red Island. Of course, it'd be a herd that don't know, that don't have any kids with them, because kids aren't going to be able to make it. But, without further ado, just to say, Barsboldia can in fact make it as base game creature. I hope you all enjoyed. And are you ready for what's next? See y'all for the next creature. Barsboldia is now out.